running down the pitch. The fielding's going to be quite interesting in slippery conditions too, I'd suggest.
Dewars to Crowe. So we've had 2 interruptions. The first of them came after 13 balls, and that was when New Zealand were 9 for 1. And now we've had another interruption after 11 overs and 2 balls. New Zealand resumed at 52 for 2, so this is the third start to the New Zealand innings. And 2 balls, both of them has produced a run. Have produced a run. That one didn't. Waller. Well, there's good runs for Crowe. Turning it down there, knowing it's going for 4.
Well, he's gone for a few. Now, rather ungainly, isn't it? He's got a sense of humour, Peter, hasn't he?
Well, you have to have, don't you?
A bit like the Mike Gatting delivery of a few years ago when he came out to New Zealand in '78, but just losing all his poise and slipping there. Oh, that back foot, look at that. Down you go. That's dangerous.
Well, actually, he turned right over on it. He didn't put his soul down at all. He almost turned completely over and put the side of his foot down on the ground.
Well, we see the funny side of it here. He probably does as well, but he might be just in a little bit of pain.
Whoa, there he goes again. Now, this is not funny anymore. Not the butcher. Well, maybe it is.
Well, I don't think those studs are long enough for those conditions out there, really. And, of course, they're going to gather a little bit of grass clipping as well, which is going to sort of... make it harder for the studs to get gripping into the pitch condition. But oh dear. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Well, that's a good way to get some, because Jones is going to profit with another boundary. Well, bad luck for Zimbabwe. They've had 2 snicks, both have gone for 4 since they resumed. Down to third man, Ali Shah won't get that one. So it's a very good shot from Andrew Jones to end the over. It's 76 for 2 now, 14 overs completed. Crowe goes high over mid-wicket, and that is right over mid-wicket. Magnificent shot from Martin Crowe to end an over which produced 10 runs. It's 86 for 2, 15 overs gone. So what a magnificent shot, Richard. That's exactly what New Zealand needed.
Oh, yes, and Martin Crowe's very good on the onside. He hit that beautifully, in fact. So he's raced away to 33. He faced 24 balls, 3 4s and a 6 in that. So he's doing exactly what he knows is required. And I think if New Zealand get to 150, 160, and that's more than realistic, that may be too many for Zimbabwe anyway.
Full toss. Crowe gets it square. Grandis is going to be in work again. Oh, he misses it. The outfield did him completely.
Well, brilliant 2 balls ago. Makes a mockery of it the next.
Well,
changing fortunes, isn't it?
But he's a big man. There have to be a fair bit of pull up there. And when he tried to slow down, it was just bad luck ball.
A little bit of poise lost there.
Andrew Jones. Oh, what a drive. That's 4. That just races through to the extra cover boundary. He really hit that beautifully.
And if that fielder has a look at himself, he may find he has a circular hole through his tummy. I'm not certain how that ball got through him.
No. He sort of made an effort, but it was bobbling about a bit, I suppose, in his defence. But my word, it was going. Oh, over the top. That's 6 over cover. Whoa, what a thump that was. Giving himself a little room. It was full on about the line of the stumps, and Martin Crowe hit it very square on the offside, and a big 6.
Wasn't that a marvellous stroke, making room for himself, hitting it inside out, as they say in the trade, hitting it away square with the wicket, a huge 6 into the stand. That really was a marvellous piece of excitement. They'll be talking about that here at Napier all through the winter.
Good stuff. Oh, the single. Goodness me, it's chaos out there.
Enter the Total Formula One Choose the Champions competition. Loads of prizes will be won before the final competition for a Toyota Conquest 1.6 RS. We're also giving away Formula One winners' charts and stickers at all participating Total service stations and in Drive magazine. Choose your champions. You could be a winner.
We at South African Airways were judged the best international airline to Africa by Britain's prestigious Executive Travel magazine in 1988. And once again in 1989. And again in 1990. So when we won the award for the 4th consecutive year in 1991, we thought we'd celebrate it a little differently.
Vind u dat die deesdae nie meer uitgaan nie, omdat daar net eenvoudig nie meer sulke lekker plekke is wat mens kan besoek nie. Wel, Mnet en Imperial het een hele dag hierdie jaar op sy gesit wanneer ons die partytjie na u toe bring. En daardie dag is natuurlik Rooineesdag. Ja, ons bring die partytjie na u dorp toe op Saterdag die 14de Maart in Johannesburg by die Christa Sentrum, in Kaapstad by N1 Stad Mall, Durban by die Strand, Port Elizabeth by die Warmer Park Sentrum en in Bloemfontein by die Sanlam Sentrum, Davidson in die Sanabe Stadium en in Pretoria by Verwoerdburgstad saam met die grootste draagbare radio in die wêreld van Radio 702. En die groot gebeurtenis hierdie jaar is 'n nasionale nerd-kompetisie met pryse van Protea Hotelle. En natuurlik is daar bekende persoonlikhede, vergesel van heerlike musiek en opwinding, asook tonne pryse by elke dorp wat ons besoek. Maar die belangrikste van alles is natuurlik dat ons gee en deel ter wille van ons kinders.
Sonder hervorming sal Suid-Afrika eenvoudig nie werk nie. Stem ja op 17 Maart en hou ons land aan die gang.
In deciding where to invest, there are many factors like risky propositions, safe but slow choices, schemes that tie your money up, and inflation. All weighing heavily against you. But when you choose Sanlam Unit Trust, Sanlam's massive financial success tips the scales in your favor. So your performance is more than solid, it's phenomenal. Ask your Sanlam consultant or broker about our latest results. Sanlam Unit Trust. On balance, your best choice.
Watch Benson and Hedges World Cup cricket on Mnet Supersport with updates of Pakistan versus India tomorrow at 9.
Butchard, oh, he thumps it through. There's no one out on the cover boundary. That's 4 in the air for a wave, and that was going like a rocket.
Yes, and of course the one sad thing is that in these conditions with the wet ball, John Tricos, much the best of the bowlers, the off-spinner, obviously is not going to get a bowl. He couldn't hold it. It's like a bar of soap, that cricket ball now.
Well, here's the wagon wheel of Martin Crowe, and you see the sixes there, and that's interesting, isn't it? Square of the wicket on both sides. What a marvellous shot over cover. There we are, partnership. 69 balls for the 95 runs. Marvellous stuff. And straight down the ground. Will that bisect the two men down there? It does. We really thumped that. Good shot, good straight shot from Andrew Jones.
Well, Zimbabwe now are praying for rain. I can be in the rain, actually, talking of that. It's just beginning again.
Actually, you're right, Henry. It's looking a bit gloomy again, isn't it?
Yes,
what a
it's
shame.
extraordinary how it changes. It really is looking as though it's about to settle in again, and I dare say Zimbabwe will be somewhat relieved to put an end to this massacre of the innocents, which is what we're seeing.
So Andrew Jones, he's on to 41, Martin Crowe 57 at the other end, and Butchard, the bowler. And he's stuffed this one on the leg side, and Brandis has no chance.
I know it's jolly difficult with a wet ball, but really, I think Houghton should have his fielders predominantly on the offside and get his batters to about 6 inches outside off stump.
Martin Crowe on strike. And over the top of cover it goes again. There's no man out there, as we've been saying, and really, that's fatal stuff. So 136. The 100 partnership is up between these two, and it's been whirlwind stuff. Andrew Jones going for the big shot. It's high and just short of the boundary. 1 bounce. 4 runs. Lovely shot by Andrew Jones. Picked it up and swung it away over mid-wicket. End of the over, 141 for 2. McLean Park. And a pretty reasonable crowd in, considering the frustrations we've had today with this weather. Still very murky, misty rain out there, but we're getting cricket. And Martin Crowe, full toss. That'll go away. That's 4. Over-pitching Butchart and paying the price.
Jones just won for his 50. It has been a prodigious partnership.
Marvellous stuff. And there's his 50. Just getting a hand out and taking the pace off it. Martin Crowe coming back for the second, but Andrew Jones, 50 runs for him. He's on to 51 or 55 deliveries. Some marvellous shots from him, 8 boundaries. And sharing a wonderful partnership with Martin Crowe.
And we've still got 4 overs to go after this one. It's going to be 200, you know.
I think you're right. I don't think there's too much doubt about that, Henry. Rain's the only problem, perhaps. And he's clipped this away. Oh, goodness, that's 4 more. Poor old Brandis out there. He's had a terrible time. Nowhere near it. Mind you, he's got a mile to cover down that leg side. Oh, straight down the ground. Is he going to be caught? He is caught. Lovely catch down there.
I say that was an absolutely wonderful catch. With a wet ball, avoiding stepping over the boundary. That was a sensational catch.
That was marvellous stuff. Andy Waller down there in the deep. He was running round. The field is treacherous. And the bowler Butchart's finally got some joy out of this game. Andrew Jones really hit it hard. Oh, what a superb catch. He nearly disappeared into our sight screen.
I tell you what, that, to my mind, rates with any galaxy of catches. Those outfield catches are brutes. And honestly, he had a lot of time to think about that. A better catch on some of those instinctive ones close to the wicket.
Marvellous stuff. 154 for 3. Well, Chris Cairns coming in. And with this really limited over game, 24 overs the game now because of these stoppages. We've had 20. And we're into the 21st, and Chris Cairns, he's given the job of carrying this on. And a loud appeal. And are they going to get a run in the end? There's all sorts of chaos going on out there, and they have. Well, that was a leg by, I'm sure. Was that a leg by, Henry? I'm sure that hit him on the pad.
Yes, very swift is signalled leg by. Just done. I don't know. I reckon that might have been pretty adjacent, but it doesn't really matter, I suppose, at this stage. But the wet ball, you see, it's like a piece of soap in the bowler's hands. I think that's what caused all that kerfuffle. They're enjoying it, aren't they?
Oh,
goodness. Yes. Better late than never, I think, is the signal, is the caption for that particular shot of those waving chaps.
Right. So Burmester, Mark Burmester. Martin Crowe trying to pick it up, loud appeal. That was going down leg side, no question about that. And umpire Liebenberg from South Africa signals a leg by. So a couple of quiet deliveries with 2 leg bys.
Amazing, isn't it? Some of the whole game's changed. There has, in fact, only been 1 dot ball in the last 5 overs.
That's good stuff, isn't it?
Is this a world record?
So many records in cricket, it's hard to keep up with them, isn't it? But Chris Cairns, there's his career record to date, but here he is out in the middle. And he's hit this one, but straight to the fielder. So 1 run again. So this is quite an economic over in the context of what's gone on before.
The first 3 balls have produced 2 leg byes and a run. I mean, it's a run famine.
Well, we really have got some skyscrapers today.
Radio City, the Empire State, I mean, they're all there, aren't they?
Yes.
And one of them's got an aerial on the top.
Actually, compared to the South African innings at the beginning of it the other day, looked like a tent city, didn't it? And he's clipped this away. This is a lovely shot. Timed it beautifully. That just raced away. One bounce, just missed the stand over there, the Mackenzie stand, and whistled, really skidded off this damp turf. Timed it beautifully, just clipping it away. And whistled in behind the stand. He has played that shot well today, Martin Crowe. So, captain, David Houghton, he'll be wondering what on earth to do next. And that's a bit of pad there. Ken's coming through for a leg by. Pretty slippery for the keeper, Andy Flower.
I thought for a moment umpire Liebenberg might signal a wide, which really would have been adding insult to injury, wouldn't it?
Yes, but let's go back to Andrew Jones, and he really hit that one down the park. It looked like it was going for 4 or 6, and look at that catch. He had to... That really was superb, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a brilliant catch. You won't see a much better boundary catch than that. Just look at it again. Both feet off the ground. It is raining quite a lot harder.
Oh, yes, they've had it. They're going off.
And I think one's got to say that's a perfectly fair decision. It's been very unfair on the bowlers just lately, and I think it really has settled in. And I'm afraid I don't object to that decision.
Oh no, it's realistic. Obviously, the crowd don't want it to happen, but it really is coming down. It's very heavy, sort of misty rain. It's closed in again all around Napier. This is very sad for this game. Marvellous piece of entertainment in the last half hour or so. But looks like we're going to have a wee while to wait for some more. So there we are, 162 for 3. Superb batting, 20 overs gone. The game reduced and perhaps reduced further or even given away, who knows. So rather sad for this crowd here. It's been a pretty good crowd considering, but there we are, the scoreboard. Rod Latham, the first man out. And Mark Greatbatch going then for 15. Andrew Jones, the last man out. A lovely 57 in that partnership with Martin Crowe. Martin Crowe, unbeaten 74, superb stuff. And Chris Cairns joining him very recently. There's the bowling. And look at poor old Butchard there. 1 for 53 off 4 overs. But you wouldn't really want to line up with them today. It's been tough stuff for the Zimbabwean bowlers.
It's all on here.
It certainly is, and Danny might have been a bit lucky to get away with that one. But 18 overs. Field have got to stay up for 10. It's certainly going to be an interesting contest, this. And haven't we seen some marvellous batting just prior to that last shower of rain from Crowe and Jones?
So Martin Crowe marshalling the troops. That's a good ball. It's going to be the first run of the innings. And signalled leg by. So Zimbabwe underway. They need 154 to win this game. Here's Chris Cairns' first ball. And Waller gives it a big hoik. That's a good hit. And that's the first boundary. This man can hit the ball and hit it hard. And that's 4 runs.
Well, let's hope Cairns learns something from that. We're going to see too short, pitching far too short here, and just sat up there asking to be put away. And these players, like most of the overseas players we've seen playing in this tournament, very strong, square of the wicket.
Blau gets a hold of it. He swung it away for 4-2. That's a second boundary in the innings. This one's on its way down. Oh, first bounce to Morrison down at third man. And 1 run taken to Andy Flower. So Zimbabwe having a good over here. 10 runs so far off the first 4 deliveries.
Yes, we saw there once again, wide and short.
Waller swings away again. 6. A big hit by Andy Waller. This is a disastrous over for New Zealand. Waller puts it over the fence.
Well, someone's got to be there talking to Cairns about where to bowl. He just hasn't got the length right.
Beautiful delivery from Danny Morrison. That is a big blow. Andy Waller is a trump card for Zimbabwe. He's bowled for 11. That's 22 for 1.
Yes, we're going to see here, Danny got it right. Block holder, right up in the block hole. See that? A little bit of outswell, past the outside of the bat. The end result was he was bowled, but that's where you've got the bowl. Up in the block hole.
Andy Waller gone for 11, 22 for 1 in the third. Here's Gavin Larson, his first ball to Andy Flower. Flower hauls him away through mid-wicket for 4 runs. Well, that was a decisive shot from Flower.
Yes, very severe on anything short here. Larson just a little guilty of dragging it out, even though it was wide of the off stump. At Larson's pace, batsman can play him from out there. And Flower seems to favour that shot, doesn't he?
Forward edge, and they've taken the slip out, and that'll race down to the boundary for 4. So 4 runs off the last ball of the over. And no slip in. They had them for a couple of balls, or one for a couple of balls, and just wide of Ian Smith. Down the wicket, and he's bowled in. Ball coming back a little and hitting the stumps. The captain of the Zimbabwe side trying to get on with the job, but he missed and the ball hit. So Gavin Larson, bowling well again here, has struck for New Zealand. And Zimbabwe lose another wicket.
Yes, and this stroke just shows that it is a hopeless task. They've got to try and do this, and they aren't up to it. Is anyone up to it, indeed?
So 41 for 2.
What a lovely shot.
Lovely shot from Flower. That'll run away. There's no one out there. So that was well played. Not too much power in it. It was all timing.
I'm sure you meant to say that he blossomed then. It was lovely, wasn't it?
I thought you were going to slip that in before we're too much older.
And Flower swinging it away. This will be 4. He got hold of that one very well. Ken Rutherford's out there, but he had no chance. He was a little too fine for that. So picked it up well, but that's the end of the over. 55 for 2.
Well, Gavin Larson doing a very good job here for New Zealand. And he conceded 9 runs. He's in his 4th over, picked up the very valuable wicket of David Houghton, who very much a dangerous customer. But I just suspect we might get a little light shower here, Peter. Could ruin this game.
That's a magnificent shot from Andy Flowers. A little bit of wood. He made more and just belted the ball through extra cover.
And that's his 5th boundary too. Just give yourself a bit of room up and over the field, and that's the way to go too. A lot of bottom hand coming into that shot.
Butchard going high.
Could be out.
Could be caught.
He is.
Chris Cairns has got it. A big blow for New Zealand and for Gavin Larson. Cairns makes the catch. Butchard's out. Caught Cairns, bowled Larson for 3. And Zimbabwe now 63 for 3.
Yes, a good catch here at long by Cairns. A hook out. I mean, he has to do this sort of thing, take these risks, and just didn't quite get it far enough. But he would have preferred going over mid-off than instead of mid-on. But he's out.
And at 63 for 3, we're in the middle of the 10th over. No bowler can bowl more than 4 overs. This is Larson's 4th. His 3rd success. Zimbabwe 63 for 4 with Larson bowling Flower for 30.
Well, he's played one or two of those shots before, and this time he didn't get away with it. And his 30 runs have come off only 28 balls. Did a pretty good job for Zimbabwe, but I think it's all over for them now, Peter.
The umpires have done a very good job. They have made every effort to make any play that was possible available to the players and the spectators. Well, he didn't need a new bat, did he? Because he's gone. 75 for 5. Hero Brandes has been bowled by Harris for 6. And we're in the 13th over, 75 for 5.
Well, the New Zealanders are enjoying it now. Brandes had no alternative but to heave and try and get the ball to and over the boundary. Missed it, and Chris Harris is delighted.
75 for 5 in the 13th over.
Many financial institutions think bigger is better. At NBS, we're a little different. By now being more streamlined, we have more time to answer your personal needs. Our friendly advisors will weave a special tailor-made plan to suit you and nobody but you. Whether it's a savings plan, home loan, or a wise investment, let us tailor-make a plan for you. We're not the biggest, but we aim to be the best.
Come on into the NBS, we'll tailor-make your slice.
This child.
What would you like to be?
Or shouldn't I? No, industrial. Today's way tomorrow.
Life is a series of choices, with more decisions and directions to take at every turn. But if you know where you're going and how you're going to get there, you're probably driving an Opel.
Don't get stumped this cricket season. Call the Mnet Supersport phone-in service for the latest World Cup score details. A percentage of your call cost will go towards the development fund of the United Cricket Board of South Africa. Mnet keeps you informed.
My dear chap, as it's your life we're playing for, perhaps you'd care to make the first move.
Check.
Mate. One moment. Here, Ferodo brake pads for your car, for your life.
Thank you, but I already use them for my car, for my life.
Well, he swung it behind, and it's going to be 4, but it's not out of the ground. So they'll get it quickly. They'll change quickly. Chris Harris has already given his jersey to the umpire. Martin Crowe wants the ball back as quickly as possible, and it's raining.
Pandemonium out there, isn't it? I mean, everyone knows just how important it is to get the next few balls down. It's marginal. They've come off for similar sort of showers, really, Peter, haven't they? Perhaps fractionally more than what it is at the moment.
No, they haven't come off similar sorts of showers. Harris will bowl these remaining 5 balls of the 15th over, which means that a game is completed as quickly as possible. The left-hander and right-hander don't help.
We'll put it this way, if they're off the field, they wouldn't be coming back on with the rain that's there at the moment.
So 4 balls remaining to have a game. Harris cannot get them bowled quickly enough. He's the right man. He plays indoor cricket for New Zealand. So he's used to a rush. He doesn't like being hit down the ground, though. Look at Morrison doing a wonderful job again. 3 more balls have to be bowled. The target is gone.
There's a lot of commitment out there. They know exactly what they've got to do, so they're hurrying, they're diving, committing themselves tremendously.
2 balls necessary for a game. Surely they can't call it off now. It's drizzling, it's dark, it's cold. It's up in the air though.
Should be called.
Going for it. Oh, a magnificent catch by Martin Crowe. A sensational catch, but it means they've still got to bowl 1 more ball.
And the rain is still there, just. No, New Zealand got it in the bag, Peter. 1 ball to be bowled to constitute a match, and that would ensure a New Zealand victory and 2 very important points. 4 out of 4 for New Zealand in the World Cup. No one else to do that yet, Peter. In fact, they can't, can they, at the moment?
4 out of 4 would be hard. England, no, they can't, because they had that farce, really, in Adelaide. Now, this is the ball that will result in a match. And Harris bowls it, so we've got a match. And New Zealand, although the game isn't over, have taken, because there's no chance for Zimbabwe, have taken 2 points to go to 8 in the Vincent and Hedges World Cup.
And Martin Crowe knows it.
So magnificent batting today from Crowe and from Jones. A boundary to Shah, but really is of no use.
To the relief of the New Zealanders, they finally got a game under the rules of this competition. So they're going to walk away with 2 points. I think they're going to be very happy, because they really got out of jail today in terms of the weather. I think they deserve to win this game for what it's worth, but a bit sneakily perhaps in the end.
Chris Harris takes another wicket. That's the end of Ali Shah, bowled for 7, and Zimbabwe 97 for 7. This is over number 17. There's 1 ball left in the 17th over, then a further over to be bowled before the match is to be concluded. And Chris Harris gets the reward for bowling straight, John.
Yes, that was a good ball, and we've seen Harris and Larson bowl well on this wicket, where the ball's just done a little bit. Of course, we've had this dampness around all day. New Zealand came out to bowl these 18 overs. They had the 2 new balls, of course, 1 at each end, and they've been able to use it quite well, those 2 bowlers particularly. Danny Morrison bowled a good opening spell, and Zimbabwe, who had a very demanding task, just haven't been able to get anywhere near it. That's the bottom line.
The last ball of the match, they've got to get 49 from it. That is the end of the game, and New Zealand have won.
That's a tall order, isn't it? 49 for the last ball. But it's been an interesting day. Crowe and Jones, really the highlight. Hasn't been much fun for the McLean Park crowd, but they gave them both a great little partnership.
So the end of the game at McLean Park in Napier, and Martin Crowe, who's been the player of the match, the UBIC's most valuable player for the day. A blazing innings of 74 not out, just 43 deliveries. And there's his great batting partner today. They hold the world record for first-class partnership of 467 today. Another very significant partnership between those 2, Crowe and Jones. 129 they scored together in an hour. Well, in the end, Zimbabwe got to face their 18 overs. It was very murky and very wet when play finished. They fell well short of the target of 154. 105 for 7 they were at the end. The top scorer, Andy Flower, the opening batsman, who nudged 30 pretty quickly. Chris Cairns was very expensive, a nightmare for him, really, 2 overs for 27. But the good work for the New Zealand bowlers done today by Danny Morrison, 14 runs. He conceded off 4. Gavin Larson, 16 off 4, and Chris Harris, 15 off 4, and wickets for each of those bowlers, 3 each to Larson and Chris Harris. So a win for New Zealand, and a pretty comfortable win indeed. I'm sure they were very pleased to get that win in before the elements interfered yet again. But New Zealand now 4 wins from 4 matches in this Benson and Hedges World Cup, and they're very much confirmed as the front runners at the moment. Let's hear now from the captains, Martin Crowe of New Zealand and David Houghton of Zimbabwe.
You know, we had to do what we did to have a chance, and the partnership with Andrew obviously was crucial, and well, it just went for us. You know, it was great.
I have to say it was fantastic batting. Is that, do you think, a continuation of the form you were showing against Australia a couple of days, 10 days ago?
Yeah, I've been getting into better form all the time in the nets and what have you. I must admit I was inspired by the way Mark played the other day. You know, just to hit the ball so well and show such sort of courage and taking the attack on, and that sort of gives his players around him confidence. So when we talk about it, and I suppose that rubbed off today.
So it's all about the whole confidence atmosphere within the team at the moment.
It is, and you know, going out there in the field, you know, we still didn't know how we were going to you know, hold on to the total we had, but we just stuck in there, and good performances with the ball again by Gavin Larson. Danny Morrison was great.
All right. David Houghton, the captain of Zimbabwe, has also joined us. Thanks for coming down, David. I guess terribly frustrating day for you, but you must have thought at one stage that you had a chance of a surprise victory here.
Yeah, we always, having won the toss and put them into bed, I thought we were always onto a good thing. I didn't really expect Martin and Andrew to come and do that to us. At one stage we were struggling to get anyone to bowl the ball that wasn't getting hit somewhere.
The situation that when you went out for the third start to the innings, there was only 52 on, you thought another 12 overs of good containing bowling, we've got a reasonable target score that we can chase?
I think that that third session for us was the most difficult, because not only were they hitting the ball so well, but it was pretty slippery underfoot as well. It was like fielding on an ice rink, and bowlers were struggling to hold the ball, so it was really difficult to do what you wanted to do. And of course with them batting the way they did made it even worse.
Have you perhaps been a little disappointed the way your bowlers have been unable to contain not just New Zealand but one or two other sides in the series as well?
Yeah, it's been the problem area that we've had. We can't really bowl ourselves into positions that we've got a target we can chase. And really that's our best chance of winning, is if we're chasing a target.
All right, well you had a pretty substantial target today, wasn't it? Did you ever give yourselves a chance of getting up there or not?
The second over, yeah. After that it went a bit downhill.
You were hoping for a bit more of Chris Cairns. I think this fella here beside you decided that there wasn't going to be too much more of Chris Cairns today, right?
Yeah, I think just the guys who have been bowling well had the confidence to just do the job for us. You know, we're delighted with the 2 points.
All right, David, for you, it's to Hamilton next, isn't it? India.
That's right, we've got India and Hamilton.
And they're a side that's struggling a bit too, so you give yourselves a reasonable chance against them, you think?
Yeah, we try and give ourselves a chance against anybody. As I say, it's just a case of getting the bowlers to get in the right place and give ourselves a target worth chasing.
If this guy gets going, it's all on, I can tell you.
You'd have memories of Hyderabad in '87, don't you?
Nightmares, really. No, I know that David's due for some, and some side's going to suffer.
All right. Well, David, did you have memories of Hyderabad? Do you think action repeat at Napier 5 years on?
Would have been nice, huh? It was a lot hotter and a nice sunny day.
Yeah, 141 that you made, that David Houghton made in was it the second match of the '87 World Cup or the first time you met?
It was our opening match,
yeah,
wasn't
it? First match.
All right. Martin, on Sunday, West Indies, Eden Park.
Yeah, it'll be a tough game, sure, because the Windies need, obviously, a win to boost their chances. We need one more win, too, to make sure of our semi-final place. So it's going to be a great contest, and Eden Park's been alive for the last 2 Saturdays. Of course, it's played on Sunday, so it should be a big crowd and another big occasion. We want to keep on our winning way, and obviously, if we can beat West Indies, then it may put them out of the semi-finals, which would be a nice thing as well.
And I suppose you'll be looking for one of those pitches which is just a little on the slow side. Would you contemplate using Deepak Patel at the top of the bowling again with Desmond Hainsey?
We've come in for a bit of stick this morning from an ex-player about the pitch that we've been playing on at Eden Park. That was a bit disappointing, because surely it must be good to see New Zealand winning, no matter what conditions, and we played well here on a fast pitch. But I think we're possibly going to be on a new pitch at Eden Park on Sunday, but we have to wait and see what the groundsman comes up with. But whatever pitch, we'll be out there giving it our best.
I'm sure they will. Can you imagine putting a fast wicket against the West Indians? You've got no chance. That's going to be another muddy job rolled into a lot of depth, I should think. Yeah, nice slow turner. Oh, well, there we are. Good win for New Zealand. Exciting stuff, wasn't it? Slip sliding around there. Great stuff. Agricultural cricket, I think they called it. Let's have a look what the log looks like, shall we, right at this moment. There it is, New Zealand, as you hear. 4 wins from their 4 matches. I think they might as well just book their place in the semi-final there, the way they're playing, and certainly a case of playing against West Indies next Sunday, as it looks. Sri Lanka, well, they're nicely tucked up there as well. Who would have believed at this stage they would be there? But, of course, don't forget, on Saturday they play against Australia. England got an interesting encounter also against Australia, and that takes place tomorrow. That should be a cracker. West Indies, well, needless to say, they play against us tomorrow night. And then Pakistan are tucked in there with 3 points. So it's pretty open, is it not, in that middle reaches at the moment? I think the only thing stopping anybody from getting in there will probably be the sort of run rate that we have currently got. That would be the only thing to get there. Anyway, that's the way things are at the moment, and looks pretty good to me to see that game tomorrow night. Don't forget, of course, it's a case of saying to you, will we get more than 34 runs in the first 15 overs? Watch this space, I suppose, really. 11:30 tomorrow night, live cricket for you against the West Indies. One wonders how well we do. The Christchurch wicket is one of those wickets that is a little quicker than we've seen in New Zealand, and just about the right side to come up against when you start playing against a quick side, is it not? The other thing I think we've also learned during the course of the matches we've been covering is that when you see the aggression by the opening batsmen, by the other sides that we've played up against and are going to have to meet, it really does mean that we've got to get that opening sequence a little bit better than we've currently had it. Right, well, what are we going to say? Oh, yes, one thing and two things come out of this, mustn't miss it. The Manhattan, you know, the skyline, I called it Tent City tonight for us. I thought that was rather good. And the other one is, hasn't it been absolutely marvellous? See you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
But again, there was hard luck, so he lost the ball, but it was good football. Gary Winton's got a marvellous